friends, I hope you're all doing well, and it is officially back to school season, and in my years of university, if there is one thing that I have learned, it's the fact that time management is essential, and it honestly really does make or break your entire university experience. So in today's video, I want to show you guys how I like to manage and plan my time, and also give you some tips and tricks on effective time management skills. So I hope that this video helps you guys out, and let's get started. So I'm really excited for this part because I'm going to be showing you guys my Notion, and I'm really happy with my Notion for 2023. I found this template off of Pinterest. It was free, so I will link it down below for you guys. And it is a really good template that I found, in my opinion, personally. But I definitely feel like when I first downloaded Notion, I thought it was going to be like Google Calendar, but it was very different. When you first download Notion, it can be really overwhelming and really intimidating, and it took me a while to really kind of grasp my head and understand what Notion, or how to really navigate and use Notion. But I think a really great way to start is to just download free templates off of Pinterest. And if you really do put in the effort to like search, you can find some really good ones. And I really like the one that I found this semester. So this is what my template looks like, and I really like it. It is so cute and it's so aesthetic because you can also customize it as well. But it has a little bear at the top, which I think is adorable, and then the little graduation cap, and then this is my uni planner. So these are all the classes that I'm going to be taking. I love this because I can click into it and I can actually go directly to my class. So for this one, it's Psych 358, and this is my cognition class. And one thing I really appreciated about this is the fact that in here there are links that you could embed for your textbook, and you can also add your syllabus here, which is what I did right here. My syllabus is right there. Then you can have your prof's contact information, which I feel like is a really great way to stay organized and to always have it on hand, unless you memorize it. So there's also that as well. And then there's a little section down here for lectures or like a master database. Honestly, I'm not going to be putting any notes in my Notion. I honestly just want to solely use it for organization and just managing my time. So there's also that, but I've really liked this feature, and I haven't seen it really in the other planner that I got last semester, so I think this is something that I really appreciate and really like, and I've done this for my other classes as well. Then we go down here. I love this because it has this little section where it shows upcoming assignments. I love how it's at the very, like it's like on the front page, so you can see it as soon as you scroll down before you even get to the calendar. It's right in your face. You know what you need to get done, when it needs to be done. Then when we scroll down a little more, I love it because you can also embed your class calendar into here, and you can see once again when your classes are, the room number, all of that good stuff. So under the importance page, there is a little tab and it says master to-do list, and I absolutely love this. And when we go into here, there's a little banner that I put up there where it says small steps every day. I feel like that's a really good thing to remember when you're doing your schoolwork, because sometimes it can be really overwhelming. But I really do love this feature just because I can create a master to-do list of everything that I need to get done. And as you can see here, these are all the assignments that I need to get done this semester from all of my classes. And I love this because I can have the name of the assignment, the due date, the class that it's from, I can check it off when it's complete, and I can also write the type of assignment that it is. And there's also little subsections here for each class specifically, and I think that this is once again a really great way to organize yourself as a student. You can do this in Excel. If you're very familiar with Excel, then this works perfectly in there, but if you're not very familiar with it, I think that this is a really great way to organize yourself. Everything is on here. You know when things need to get done, and checking things off is just so satisfying. So once again, if you have this type of system and you implement it and use it, it's going to be almost physically impossible for you to miss assignments and important due dates because everything is right here, all in one place. Conveniency at its finest, and I don't know, this just looks so aesthetically pleasing and it's so cool. So this was a feature that I really liked and I really appreciated when I was looking through this specific template. So there's also that as well. Down here I like it because you can switch it up and put a little motivational or inspirational quote, which I think is really cute. We have another tab over here where it has upcoming exams. Once again, I really appreciate and love this because you have constant reminders within this template reminding you when you need to get things done and when they need to be handed in. And I feel like that's very essential and important as a student because we just have so much on our plates, you know? And then there's another little page down here where I put a little quote down there, and it says, keep growing, honey. And I think that was just really cute. And then at the bottom here, there is the calendar. And one thing I love is the fact that the calendar is directly linked to the master to-do list. So as you go down here, you can see that there is all the assignments that I have when I need to get them done. And I also have like a presentation in there. And again, just looking through this overview, it allows me to understand when things need to get done. And it's just a really great way for me to stay organized. And I don't know, there's a part of me and a sense of me that just feels at ease knowing that I have everything on here and I don't have to try to remember things off the top of my head, and it just makes my life easier. And then at the very top corner here, there's this little like gallery section, and there are some research projects and extracurricular things that you can put in this section, which I've put here. But overall, this is my Notion for 2023. I like it because it's simple, it's straight to the point, it's aesthetic, and it's going to help me stay organized. So there's that. So the last piece of software that I love to use to organize myself is Google Calendar. Me and Google Calendar go way back. I absolutely love time blocking. I feel like it allows me to have a good understanding of how long it takes me to finish and complete tasks. And in previous years, I would have a separate calendar for my school and also for my personal life, but this year I decided to, in terms of time blocking at least, to have it all in one calendar, because I feel like visually it allows me to have a better understanding of when things need to get done, and it's also just easier for me to have all like everything that I need to get done in one calendar rather than having two completely separate calendars. But if you don't want to mix your calendars together, you could always just invite yourself into another calendar on Google Calendars, if that makes sense. So there's also that. But this is pretty much what my spreadsheet is looking like for the winter semester, not the winter, the fall semester of 2023. Another thing I also love about Google Calendars is you can create little calendars here. I will admit, if you have a lot of tasks to do, this might not be the most efficient in some cases, but if you don't really have that many tasks to do, I think that this works out relatively well. I also really like it because you can color code everything, and it just looks so aesthetic and it just looks really pretty. So pretty much this is what the spread is looking like for September, and as we go throughout the months, you can see that it starts to get a little more full because there are a lot of things that are going to be taking place in the next 4 months. But when we do a little weekly view, this is pretty much the skeleton of what my week is going to look like. And one thing I really appreciate about this is the fact that I can just go in and create time slots to figure out when I need to get things done, whether that's filming, I have an appointment, I need to meet up with somebody. I think that this is a really great way for me to organize myself. It also allows me to set reminders and remind me when I need to get things done. I think as a student, this is a really great way to organize yourself and to manage your time and to really prioritize things that need to get done. And on top of that, if you just look at this, it looks so aesthetically pleasing and it looks really pretty. But the next piece of advice that I have is to do the difficult things first. I tend to find that it can be really overwhelming sometimes, because sometimes I don't like to do coursework or start off with coursework from courses that I struggle with because I just don't feel as smart, or it's just not fun in some cases to struggle. But I think it's also important to understand that that is part of the university experience and the process of learning. And another thing that I also like to do with that as well is on weekends, I like to start off with my most difficult tasks earlier in the morning. I tend to find that I am more productive in the morning, and on top of that, if I'm struggling with anything, I can just email my prof really quickly and hopefully I can get a response back soon. But yeah, that is something that I've really been liking to do lately, and I've noticed that it's been reaping some pretty good results. And the next one is to learn to say no. This can definitely be hard in the beginning for a number of reasons. Sometimes you can have this fear like FOMO, you just don't want to miss out on events and things that are happening on campus. But it's also important to understand that you're not going to be able to attend every event or do every extracurricular at your school, or just attend parties all the time. And I feel like by learning how to say no, it also allows you to really sit down and figure out what your priorities are, and it also prevents you from burning yourself out. The next one is take time to do nothing. I feel like this is really important, and I especially feel like in this day and age, everyone's always about like productivity and hustle and work hard, which is great and all, but I do feel like it's important to understand that we're not machines and we're people at the end of the day. And I think it's also really important that we take time to allow ourselves to honestly just do nothing. Another thing that I've been really liking to do, at least while the weather is still nice outside, is to go out for walks. And I don't know, whatever that is for you, just find time throughout the day where you can just chill and relax and do nothing and just allow yourself to simply just exist. And I feel like these moments really do help you recharge yourself. The next one is to take time to do something that you love. And I feel like this is a really great way to achieve a healthy sense of work-life balance and to also balance school as well. And I feel like if you're not at least doing one thing that you love every single day, I don't know, sometimes life can get really boring, and it doesn't need to be anything big, it doesn't need to be anything extravagant, whether that is rewatching an episode of your favorite TV show, or reading a book, or spending time with family and friends. Always prioritize and take time out of your day to do something that's really small, or something for yourself, and over time it really just does improve your quality of life. And lastly, I think it's so essential for you to have a routine. As students, there's so much on our plates, and you're obviously not going to be able to remember everything off the top of your head. So having a routine allows you to prioritize and understand what needs to be done, when it needs to get done, and how long each task takes you to complete. So then that way you can just navigate your university years just feeling confident and feeling well rested and not being stressed. Or not being as stressed, let me put it that way. So that is it for me today. I really hope that this video helped you guys and inspired you or either motivated you or gave you ideas on things that you can do to better manage your time. And I just pray that all students have a happy, healthy, fun, and productive semester. There's definitely going to be moments where we're going to have our highs and lows, but I definitely know that we can push through it because we got this. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye!